I think a new fun game is see how much you can hold in your thumbnail. Let's get started. I am going to be sharing with you my favorite high-end products for 2017. Subscribe down below. Follow me on my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Caitlin Sunday. I also have a beauty Instagram, just Caitlin.Sunday. First off, I have the Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Filter. I love this. I have been seeing some people don't like this, but you guys need to know that you just put this on the spots you need. Do not put it all over your face because that will get very like crunchy and dry looking. I put it just a little dot on my forehead and that's all, and then I put different primers on the rest of my face. It will last me a long time since I don't use that much, and this is just my holy grail. I do not use anything else. I use this every single time I do my makeup. Also, I'm doing the same format as my other video. It's the best drugstore makeup plus brushes. I'll have that link down below. Next, we have foundations. I have the Urban Decay Naked Skin foundation. This is so nice. It's a little dark for me now. I used it a lot in the summertime, and somehow it kept me matte and looks so great. I've heard a lot of dry skin people, normal skin people, and oily skin people talk about this, so check this out at your local Sephora or Ulta, and it'll be really nice to see if it works because I love this. The next foundation I have is the Fenty Beauty Foundation. Also have heard a lot of backlash from this as well because it's like too matte for people, but for me, it looks so flawless on my skin. I have this in shade 260. I know they're sold out for a while, but I got this and I love it. I use it so much. The next foundation I have is the Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation. This is only good if you have very oily skin, and I honestly would recommend doing it super light around here because it does go in your smile lines, but I do love this. It gets a little drying and it works the best for me during summertime. I have this in shade medium 54, and then I forgot to say the shade in my Naked foundation. It's in 6. And then now let's go on to concealers. I only have one concealer. It's the NARS Radiant Creamy. I love this because it has the wand. You guys know I love the wands because it's too much work to do the concealers in the pots, and from my experience the concealers in the pots are a little more drying. I use it to, I'm staring at my dog over here. I like to use this because he's just staring at me. I'm very distracted. I like to use this to carve out my eyebrows because it's about the same shade and it doesn't look too orange or anything. It's a neutral undertone. Next up, I have the best powder in the entire world. I love the Laura Mercier setting powder. It is my go-to powder. It does the job. I love to carve under my cheeks with it, and I just love to set my entire face with it and under my eyes. The next I have is the Urban Decay Velvetizer. This is amazing. I use this just for special occasions because, or just like when I really want my makeup to look good, because it doesn't have that much product in it and it was expensive considering the amount of product you get in here, and it's very finely milled, more than any other powder I've tried, and this just like gives you a nice airbrush look. This does too, but this is just like for special occasions. I sometimes use both actually. And then next up I have is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. I have this in dim light. This is the best thing ever. I use it just under my eyes and then on my forehead, and it just gives me the nicest looking glow and radiance. It makes my face look so flawless as well. So I like to go in between these. I usually don't use these at the same time, but I do like to use these two with this Laura Mercier. This is more like a day-to-day look, and then these are just to enhance your overall complexion and stuff as well. The next up I have is this Chocolate Soleil Bronzer by Too Faced. This is amazing. I'm seeing kind of like the bottom of the pan in here, and I love this. This is the perfect shade for me, and I just love the big pan size. I just love this bronzer. It smells like chocolate. Sometimes it gets in my mouth when I'm going like swirling around, and it tastes good. The Smashbox Contour Kit. This is one of my favorite contour kits because it's so nice and compact. I do wish you could get rid of this shade. It's a little too light for my skin tone, but these two work perfectly. I like to use this as a bronzer and then this as the contour, and this is amazing. I see a little dent in it, so I'm very excited. Next up I have is the Smashbox Blush and Highlight Kit. This is super nice. I actually never thought their blushes would be really nice, but they are. And this is a nice little travel to go set because you get the highlight and 2 blushes. And the blushes literally last all day. They're so long wearing. Next up I have is Tarte blushes. I bought this over the holidays, and this is one of the best investments I've ever made. I also have the birthday blush they got in the Sephora birthday present. I got the Tarte one if you picked that one. And I love this. And then I have this one in Exposed. I have one more, but I gave that to a family member for her to try. And I just love these blushes. I love more neutral blushes, and they do really nice with these. They last all day and are super long wearing. Next up I have is, this is pretty recent, but the new Anastasia blush kit. I obviously still have the sticker on it, but these are so nice. They're so pigmented, so go in so lightly with it, tap it off, and then blend it in. These are just super nice on the face. Do know that this one has a little glimmer and shimmer in it, but it doesn't really transfer on the skin. I would compare this to like the NARS Orgasm because it does have a little bit of glimmer in it, and then that kind of goes on to all the other shades, but you don't really notice it at all. And these are just super pretty. And then last blush I have is the Becca Songbird blush. I love this. This is super pretty. This is one of my recent purchases too, and they're so pigmented, so you do need to go with the light hand on these as well. But these are super nice. I wish they had more shades though. These also last all day like all these other blushes, and I just love them. Next up is one of my favorite categories is highlights. Okay, so one of my favorite highlighting formulas is the Becca highlights. I have in Lilac Geode, and this is a pretty pinky shade. And if you use too much, you can see the pinkness from it. But if you just go light-handed, it looks super pretty. I have Champagne Pop, which is my ultimate favorite. I use this all the time, and you don't see too much wear out of it, actually. I recently got Prosecco Pop. This isn't my favorite shade. It's a little too golden for me, so I might declutter this one sometime, but I do use it every once in a while. But I do love Champagne Pop over Prosecco Pop. Those are like the best highlights ever. We can swatch them really quick because they're so pigmented. It's so pretty, and you can make them so shimmery as well. Here's Prosecco Pop, and as you can see, this one is more golden. And then here is Lilac Geode. So these are super pretty. I love highlights, and it'd be super fun to mix them around together as well because you can make your own custom highlight shade. Next up I have is the Ofra highlights. This is #1 if you want a beaming highlight. Like, let's swatch this and see how pigmented. This is literally like the most pigmented highlight I've ever used. This is almost like a loose pigment. Let's look at this now. Like, oh my god, that's literally so pigmented, and you could use it as an eyeshadow. I haven't personally, but it might be nice. We'll have to see because sometimes it creases, but we'll see. But look how beaming that is. That's literally like an eyeshadow, and this is my most intense highlight I have, so I like to use it when I know I need to be very, very bright. But the other ones are really nice for day-to-day use. This is too if you like tap off the excess and then put it on. But this is literally so pigmented. I have it in Blissful because I like more of like the pinky champagne highlights. The other one that is super popular is Rodeo Drive, and that is a little more like Prosecco Pop. So just think about which one you would like better and buy one of them. They have had really good deals on them, so just check that out and see if you can get a good deal. Next up, you guys know I love the Anastasia Glow Kits. I talk about this all the time. I have it in Sun Dipped, and this is amazing. It's amazing for the price, and these are amazing shades. We'll swatch these out too. I'm going to swatch them under Blissful to see how pigmented it is compared to these. These are so nice. These are one of my favorites, but that Blissful one, it cannot compare to any other highlight. That is the top one if you want a very, very gleaming highlight. So the swatches are kind of all over the place, but I'll point them out for you. This one is Blissful, but look at Blissful compared to all the other ones. It's just so pigmented, but I love the glow kits as well. I haven't tried any other ones because they just don't interest me that much. The Sun Dipped one interests me the most and still does, but these highlights are amazing, and I want to share one more with you. I just love highlights. All these highlights last all day, and they're just so pretty on the skin. I'm wearing, I can't even remember what I'm wearing today. I don't know. It's in my Get Ready With Me live video, so I'll have to check that out and see which one I'm wearing. This is, oh, I am wearing this one. I just remembered. I'm wearing the shade, and this is so, it's not focused. I'm wearing this shade today, and this is so pigmented, and look how pretty it looks. I'm going to swatch these out for you. I don't use the light one in the middle that much, but this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. This is one of my favorite palettes ever, and they're just so pretty. It'll work for a lot of skin tones because there's so many different shades. Like this would work really great on darker skins. This one will obviously work really great on lighter skins. Here's these three top ones really quick. Like look how pretty that is. I cannot get over it. I love that pinky shade and the bottom one. The white one I really don't like to use that much. I like to mix that one with the other shades. My hand is literally all highlighty. And then here's the three bottom shades. And these are so pretty as well. My favorite are the top two. The bottom one might be a little dark, but I like to mix them all together too to make a custom highlight as well. This is from Cover FX, and this is one of the best holiday releases that came out this winter, and those are my favorite highlights. You will not go wrong with any of them, but the top ones I would recommend if you want a very gleaming highlight is the Cover FX and the Ofra, and then just other good ones like I said is the Glow Kit and the Becca highlights. Next up I have is the Tarte Mini palette. This has made me want to try more of Tarte palettes, but a lot of them haven't really been striking my interest, so I bought this one. This one really does, but this is so pretty. I use it for my trips when I go ride horses for the weekend, and I love this. You get to pick a nice pinky shade or a nice copper shade, and then you can use all these transitions with either or, and I literally use all shades in here, and I think I will get my full use out of this palette because I can't say that about a lot of palettes. I don't like every single shade in palettes usually, but this one I love all of them, so this really excites me that I would actually be able to get through this whole palette. But this is amazing, and this is a segue of Tarte palettes because it makes me want to try more of their palettes, but I hope they come out with a whole bunch of new ones because what they have out now aren't really striking my interest. Next up I have eyeshadow palettes. I have the Lorac brand, and that's really all I have. I have one other palette, but I have been loving my Lorac palettes. I have the Lorac Pro 3. This is one of my newest ones, and I really do like it for like natural looks. Even though their shadows are pretty powdery, they just blend so great, and I don't care about the powder. This is one of my top favorites, is the Unzipped Desert Sun. The Unzipped line they have is really nice. This is super fun because you can play with colors. They have 3 different versions of this. And then next I have is the Lorac Unzipped. This is like my first Lorac palette, I think. This is so pretty for a romantic look. And you guys know these colors are up my alley. So my favorite have been the Lorac brand eyeshadows. These are my favorite palettes as well, just overall. Honestly, because I didn't really have too many in my drugstore video, so these are my ultimate favorites. And then my recent favorite I have been liking is the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. This is super fun to play with and just have a nice matte eye look. I can use almost every shade in here. This is nice to set eyeliner with, even though it's dark brown. It really just does do the same amount of work, and it just lightens up the shadow just a little bit, but I still really love this palette, and I've been getting a lot of use out of this one, but my ultimate favorites are the Lorac palettes. Next up are mascaras. You guys know I don't like to splurge on high-end mascaras because drugstore does pretty well with that category, but I do have samples of these ones I've gotten kits and stuff, or little rewards points, and they work just the same because mascara goes bad in about 3 months, and it doesn't matter if it's small or big, so I love these little minis. I love the Shock by YSL. These all do the same thing, but they're just different brands. I love the Superhero by It Cosmetics. I'll show you the brushes really quick as well after I show you these. I have the Monsieur Big by Lancome. And these just are my favorites. They work really well with my Lash Paradise. You guys know they'll all have something in common. They're just big and fat, and I love these. That is the Monsieur Big by Lancome. Here's the Shock by YSL. And if you saw my other drugstore one, the L'Oreal Lash Paradise has the same wand. Here's the It Cosmetics brush. These all are just so big and fat, and I love them. These all basically do the same thing, so if you do want to buy full size, I would recommend the It Cosmetics one, but these have done the great job. Get these in kits. I've seen some at Sephora in their little like lash kits and other kits like that, so scoop them up in there and do not buy like a full size because they're just so expensive. And you guys know I'm so hard on lips. That's why I didn't have too many lip favorites in the drugstore, and I like to splurge a little bit on lip products from the high-end category, I guess. First up, let's talk about some lip liners. I have the Bite Beauty lip liner. I love this one and it lasts a long time. I just need to sharpen it. I do wish it was a twist up like this one though. This is a really nice one. I should buy more of these, but this is the Tartiest by Tarte lip pencil. You don't think about how nice a screw up is until you have one, but this is so nice. You can screw it up and crap, it's not going down. Okay, don't screw it up too high. And I love this to line the lips. It's so creamy and it just does the job so well. And I love how you can twist it up. And now my favorite moisturizing product is this Fresh lip balm. You guys know I've gone through a full size of this and I haven't been to this one yet because I've been using another one, but this is my ultimate favorite. It's very expensive for just a lip product, but it's worth it for me because my lips are very troublesome. This is literally the only chapstick and lipstick that doesn't give me that white line, so I love this because I can just put it on and not have to worry about it, and my lips are very moisturized. Next up I have is the NARS Velvet Lip Glide. I love this. I wanted to get more shades, but they didn't have too many shades selections, so I'm just gonna stick with Bound. This is like one of the most popular shades as well. They're just so creamy. It literally feels like you have nothing on them. That's something you're gonna notice with the lip products I like. I like when there's no feeling of a heavy lip gloss or a lip product on it that dries out your lips because I just hate that feeling. And I don't really want to go through that the whole day. And you guys know it's going to look all crusty and not even great after the next hour or so. The next product I have is the Bite Beauty lipsticks. These are amazing. I would recommend going to get that little set that Sephora has right now. It's on sale, plus you get 20% off. It's the Bite Beauty set. I got that last holiday, so I didn't get it again, but I definitely would have if they had more shades in there that I didn't have. But I had like 3 out of the shades that I already have, so I didn't think about picking those up. That's right there, and this is the best lipstick ever. It's one of my favorite lipsticks. It's so nice, it's not drying at all, and it just stays put for a while. And you guys know lipstick isn't fully transfer proof, so that's why it's so comfortable. But this is my favorite formula and it's just so pretty. So I have like 4 of the shades and I just have little mini ones because you guys know I don't wear lipsticks that often, so I don't go through them that quickly. And last lip product I have that wins the show is the Bare Minerals Gen Nude lip glosses. I have them in here. It's actually like the Bare matte lip glosses. They're not lip glosses, they're like lip creams, I guess. But this is so nice. I have this one in Boss. It's one of the more famous shades as well. And they're like a cream slash lipstick and they're just so nice and pigmented. These all look different because they're different formulas and I love them all for different purposes. And these are more like a liquid lip if you want a really opaque liquid lip and it's matte, so I would check out these if you're interested in that. It has so much product in here. You can get little kits with them as well, and this is just my favorite to wear when I really do want a nice opaque lip that will last for a good time. Lastly, we have some brow products. I have my Benefit Brow products. I am absolutely in love with these. I have the Precisely My Brow and the Goof Proof one. I love to outline my brows with this one and fill them in with this one. I would compare this one with my other favorite, the Anastasia one. I don't really know the prices exactly, but these are super nice. And if you see them on sale, I definitely would pick them up. They achieve the same thing for me, and I just really could go to either one. But I have this one in shade 3 and this one in chocolate. And then I also have this one in shade 3. So these are my favorite brow products for high end, and they really aren't too expensive if you can get a good deal on them or wait for sales. There isn't any from the drugstore that I like that are like skinny like this actually, so these I use every day. And lastly, we have setting spray. I love the Urban Decay All Nighter. I have 3 backups of this one because they were on sale because of the old packaging. So if you see them, it's the same formula, it's just in the older packaging, and I mean, if I can get it for like $9 instead of 21, I definitely will, just because of the old packaging. And this is so nice. I do want to try the Scandinavia one after I get through all my ones I already have, because Scandinavia makes this setting spray and I'm pretty sure it's cheaper. That's what I've heard. I haven't gone on the website, but I want to check out the Scandinavian one if it's the same product and you can get it cheaper. That'd be really nice. I would recommend you do the same. If you've tried this and really like it, go check out the Scandinavian ones. That's all I have for my favorite products for high end for 2017. Today is New Year's Eve. Well, tonight is New Year's Eve, but I'm so excited for the new year. Comment below what you guys are excited for the new year. Comment below what you guys love from Highend. Also comment below what your favorite products of 2017 were that were high end, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys!